manly toys.
And TV and movies too. Hey everybody, and welcome to the show. It's the Toy Duo team. It's live. It's Saturday at noon in the Pacific. It's 3 o'clock on the East Coast, and somewhere in foreign lands, it's much later or earlier. or earlier. Anyways, thanks for supporting the channel by tuning in and being a part of the show. If you're feeling super generous, you can always super chat, become a member, or give a super thanks on any video that's on the channel or any one of these other guys' channels. Make sure you subscribe to all of the, and I said all of the HOTS channels for more awesome content that's supposed to be hosts. So the S and the T got reversed. Don't forget to comment, because we know sometimes we get caught up in our own conversation, but we'll do our best to try to get to everybody in the conversation. So good morning, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. And we got St. John and Danpool here.
Because last week you called me St. John instead of Sergeant.
Oh, you did. I forgot about that.
I did too. Well, last week I didn't call you anything
or whatever. 2 weeks ago, yeah.
Last week
I wasn't Sergeant John. I was St. John.
Sergeant John.
So now I'm really St. John.
Oh my gosh, man! It's
Not
been
to derail, but did you see that Sergeant Rock by any chance?
Sergeant Rock.
It just happened to make me think of that. Yeah, I totally out of nowhere. I didn't see any preliminary heads up on that or anything. I just went into Target and I saw McFarlane had a Sergeant Rock. I was like,
oh, you know what? That was actually in our Hot or Not like a couple of weeks ago. The Sergeant Rock. It was I don't know if the picture was weird, and then we were talking about the articulation or the pegs or something. Yeah. I think, I don't know. I remember that Sergeant Rock, and we were talking about it. Dan was too busy monitoring the chat.
I probably was. Yeah, well, he's out now, so you know.
Anyways, let's say a hi to a couple people who have joined us. Gap After Dark is here. Dandy's also in the chat. David R is here. John from Super Awesome Geek Show is here. St. John, are you any relation to the Super Awesome Geek Show, John?
Exactly. Yeah, we're one and the same.
All right. We got Ricardo's here. Connor from Fuller's Figures. Let's see. All right. Somebody's I'm like hovering over. I'm like, somebody's like hazed out, but it was me hovering over. Nothing like that. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's
But Sergeant Rock should have been in a yellow box. They're doing a disservice by putting it in the wrong color.
Well, does he put him in all his basic colors or whatever?
Yeah, it's in a basic box. Yeah.
All right. So anyways, we start the show, and let me just tab through some of this stuff. I did put a Comic-Con logo on there if you guys want to ask questions and stuff. I think most of the reveals pictures are pictures I took. I didn't bother using some of the promo pics that they sent out. I kind of wanted to throw in some of the pictures of the actual figures. So I think that's what I did. This was the logo that I used on a couple of shirts that I gave away at Comic-Con.
Ooh.
So I gave one of these or something like this, and then I gave away a shirt that was just had my channel logo on it. But I do have a couple more shirts, so I think maybe if we have time later, we can do a giveaway and give away a shirt. So that might be kind of cool. Oh, Brian's Action Figure Reviews is here. Let's see. Sir Eric's joining us.
Sir Eric.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, sorry I'm late.
That's okay. You're not late. Anyways,
unexcusable.
We're just doing some introductions, saying hello, and it's time for bragging camp. So does anybody have anything that they got this week that they want to show off?
Well, it looks like Dan does.
All right, let's see.
He's jumping out of his chair.
Hey, that's nice. Pretty cool. You were at Comic-Con.
I was. Well, no, but I know a guy.
That's pretty cool. John,
that's freaking awesome. And I don't know if you guys remember.
If you have another one, I'll take one, but I can wait if you don't. Okay.
I remember you said that they were coming out, so you weren't interested. And
no, if you got an extra, I'll have them now. I just saying, I meant like I could wait if it didn't happen, you know?
Okay. Death's Head.
I love these stats. I love
it. That's cool. Because you won't get that box in the future, right?
I don't know. It might
No,
be
I don't
just
think it- I don't
that's
think
what
so.
they're gonna. Well, it doesn't say Comic-Con on it. or
I was gonna
anything.
say I was looking all over for it to see if there was an indication of it being exclusive.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
PCC. I don't see anything on it. But I also got you guys watch? Did you watch Prey? That Hulu?
Yeah, it's a good movie. Yeah.
I
Ooh,
got the
nice.
yeah. I had some Best Buy money. I got the Best Buy card where you use your card, they give you like points back or whatever.
Yeah.
And I had $15. It was expiring, and I saw this was on there. I'm like, oh, all right, $20 free shipping. Why not?
That's cool.
Nice.
John, do you got anything?
Oh yeah, I found some stuff.
Alright.
So first off, I did go in and get the Batmobile.
I'm waiting on mine. Oh,
That is
I just went-
gigantic, man.
I just went in the store and got it. You know,
Yeah.
because they were putting them out. So
So after
Yeah,
buying that, do you realize you now have to buy that condo next door also?
yep, exactly. We have to buy the condo to fit that in. Walked into Walmart and they were putting these out on the shelf. So there was two
Nice.
of them. So I grabbed one. The Night Force.
More?
The glare is just killing me.
Yeah.
The Night Force bike and Shockwave in black figure.
I thought that was a Pulse exclusive.
It was a Walmart exclusive.
Oh my, that's
How much was it in store?
$50.
Okay. Because they
So-
had it on their online for like $39.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I got ripped off then. And then got the Tiger Force
Target.
Roadblock and
yeah.
Tripwire. That was Target, right?
Uh-huh.
And then the Night Force. This was online only, right? I think this came from the mail. The Night
think that
Force.
Was that Pulse?
I think I did get it from Pulse. Yeah,
Yeah.
it came in the mail, but I don't remember who from.
How's the
But
face?
it's the low light and Spirit with the. For some reason, Spirit's bird Freedom now has a different name when he's a Night Force version. So it's Nigel or something like that.
Oh, yeah. John, Blue Sasquatch has a question for you.
Is it live? Yeah, we're live. Oh, these are Slaughter's Marauders, not
Yes.
Night Force. Slaughter's Marauders, yeah. So there you go. I got a little bit of everything. Night Force, Slaughters, and Tiger Force.
Cool. Eric, what did you get?
I don't have it with me, but I got the Sabine helmet
Oh,
in the mail. I'm waiting on that Batmobile, John. It's backordered for me.
I don't see any more room on that shelf there. What are you gonna do with the helmet?
Well, I've got all my Star Wars helmets on
they're
the
in
inside
a
of the
different
basement.
spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this came in not this past week, but this thing's
Wow.
enormous.
Oh, that's cool. I love the box.
yeah.
Yeah. So
What's in there?
Figures.
Joris,
Oh, wow.
Sabea, Luke, Mara Jade, and Luke.
So
Yeah.
if you had two like kind of stone looking tablets, you could take that dude and stand him like there, and like he can announce, "These are the 10 Commandments."
Yep.
Yeah, it is kind of Heston like in it.
Right?
I think the one I
Um,
would want out of that set is Joris Saboth, because that's the only one.
Yeah, the Luke face sculpt is hilarious. I'm not sure if you got
Is
a good
it?
look at that, but he looks like I don't know. He just like it looks like he's like really constipated. I'm not sure
But
if you can
that's
see
not
that.
that's like isn't that like a clone Luke or something?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Joris
like
is a
cloned
clone
off
also.
his. Yeah, off Luke's hand
he's-
from Empire.
I feel like he looks like the Dexter guy.
Oh,
A little bit.
yeah.
Like if you put him in a suit, you could do a whole Dexter photography thing.
Michael C. Hall.
Yeah. Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
that's his name. Yeah.
All right, is that everything?
Yeah, more or less. I think I picked up. Where is it?
Look at him looking at the floor. That tells me there's a whole bunch of stuff.
There's a pile
Well, there's
down there.
like I've got all the Acolyte figures, but I think I
Oh, yeah.
showed those. I got this
Jinx,
from Walmart. Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, Jinx is cool.
yeah. I want to open all. I got the one wave of the Batman figures to go with that Batmobile, John. I'm hoping it ships because I don't want to drive like out to the middle of nowhere to pick one up in stock because they're not in stock near me in Target. So
Yeah, this was the last one. It was funny because the app said there was 6, so I drove over to Target, and I got there and I asked the guy where they were because I'm like showing that there's 6 in stock, and he's like, "Oh, they're down there on an end cap," and the end cap was in the pet aisle. It wasn't even in toys; it was in pets.
Wow.
because some
We ran out of end caps and toys, and we had to build the Batman one down there.
Huh.
And then,
That's crazy. Nobody's gonna find them.
Yeah, but there was only one that was out, and I in the box was dented. The box is on the other side. The box is all crushed in. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm worried the way this is crushed that the fins might have broke or something. I go, can you see if there's another one in the back? And he went to the back and came back and was like, no, there's none back then. I said, well, it says you have 6. And he's like, yeah, but there's none. I don't know what's going on.
well, they're not gonna invest the time.
So I bought this one, even though it was dented. It's fine. Nothing's wrong with it. And then I looked at the app when I got home. It still says there's 6 at that store.
Even
So
though
it
you
didn't
bought one.
Yeah.
It didn't register the one that I bought as being sold. So I don't think there's 6 there. I think there's 0, and the app's just not working.
All right. So I'll show off a couple of the things that I got. First of all, I posted this picture on social, and I just want to show it off. It's not something that I got. It's something I put together quickly. It is the Doctor Doom version of Tony Stark, or Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. Anyways, we can talk about that in a little bit and how we feel about it. But let me just show a couple of things. I did get the new Black Series. No, I'm just kidding. These are not the Black Series.
Those look familiar.
But so I ran into a guy at Comic-Con. It was the guys that do this action figure line, Fist. He had some of the exclusive, or the ones that he has up for pre-order now on Big Bad Toy Store. So he had a few, and I was able to get these. I was walking around with Gary Moore, and he actually bought these for me at the convention, which I thought was really cool. He just said, hey, it's a way for me to help support your channel. So he picked these up and the exclusive comic book that they had. So that was kind of cool.
That's cool.
Nice.
Then
Thanks, Gary Moore.
Yeah, awesome. He actually was standing right behind me. I was at Mattel, and he goes, hey, I follow you on YouTube. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then he told me who he was. I recognized his name from like comments and all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we walked around for a few hours and stuff like that. That was kind of cool. And then I ran into the guys over at Icon Studios where they're doing their new line. It's going to be coming out pretty soon, but this was the exclusive that they had available at the convention. It is their Zujitsu Fighters line. So Zujitsu,
Nice.
yeah. So they have, I guess the story is that these animal fighters are kind of like forced to fight it out in some sort of arena combat or something like that. And this is Tiago, and I guess he rises up to like fight the injustices. I'm guessing kind of like Gladiator or something like that, or Spartacus.
So if there's Zujitsu, does that mean they're going to have more than just cats?
Yes, if you look at the poster, there was shoot. Let me see.
Are
if I
like
can
the
pull it.
cats one team, and then like maybe the other guys are the other team?
Let me see if I got the poster. It's on my phone, darn it. I should have queued that one up. Yeah, so there's different fighters. Right now they have cats. So they have like tigers, leopards, they have a stuff like that. But on the poster, let me shoot it over to my computer. Then I'll pull it up.
Like, is there an octopus one,
Well, you'll see. Hold on.
or like a walrus?
Realm.
All right, just keep guessing.
That clear figure was Doctor Strange as a panther.
Okay, so here you can see the first
shark.
ones right here
Giraffe.
are
Yes.
the cats, right? The claws,
Yeah.
and then you get down here, you got a giraffe,
Oh, there's a hippo. Yes, a
hippo,
hippo.
the elephant, Bronto the bull. You got Brutus
bear's
the
cool.
bear. You got Rampage the rhino. Then down
King
at the
Shark.
bottom, yeah, Splash the shark, Whistler the wolf, Clover the chimpanzee. You got Bronson the buffalo, Leo the Lion. The lion looks cool to me. And then Gerardo. How do you spell that? Gerardo?
Geraldo.
Geraldo.
Okay, the gorilla.
I'd like the hippo and the shark, please.
I want that elephant for sure. I do want that lion because I'm sure he has courage. And then that rampage.
Maybe the rhino. The rhino looks cool.
The gorilla and the bear look cool to me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it looked really cool. It was very interesting to see.
Oh, there's even a shorter lynx. Look at that.
Yeah.
Is that the lynx or a
What do you mean?
bobcat?
What?
Of the cat ones, the guy who's on the
Oh.
right is shorter, like he's a lynx or bobcat or something.
Top row.
Those are smaller cats than the regular ones.
Yeah, the bobcat.
He's
brighter
a bobcat.
claw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got a snow leopard, cheetah, the jaguar here, Tiago the tiger, Paulo the panther, and Taj the white tiger. So they look pretty cool. I talked to them for a while. I guess they ran a Kickstarter before, and they're gonna launch a comic, I think, on a Kickstarter coming up in August, and then the figures are almost ready to go. So like they're getting ready to release those, and they look cool. I mean, this guy's pretty cool. I mean, I was really impressed with like the articulation, and not necessarily just the articulation, but how sturdy it is. You know, like usually like on new figures, you mess with them for a little bit, like they get loose and you know the joints don't, but it's pretty good. And then they have this like toe joint I thought was really cool. So
And a tail.
yeah, and a tail. I'm not a big fan of the clear ones, but I talked to him why he did it, and he said that it was basically because they didn't have to worry about getting them painted,
paint apps.
and then they could get them like airshipped so they can have them for Comic-Con. So that was kind of a cool thing. I think that's it, right? Like,
What about that T-shirt? Is that a boys T-shirt?
so this is a boys T-shirt, but it's from a few years ago at Comic-Con. It was actually when they did a virtual Comic-Con. Amazon had a thing where you could get a T-shirt if you went on there, logged on at a certain time. They did like 100 T-shirts, so 100 people. You just had to do your email address and your address. They would send you the shirt. So luckily, I was kind of gaming like the times a little bit. I got a couple of the different versions.
Yeah.
I did get a boys shirt this year. It was so hard to get in that line. I got shoved. And then they just they kind of just put me in first because of it. So that was kind of cool. But I mean, it was one of the things where they weren't forming a line. They were like, there's no line, but we're gonna open at 12:30. So you have all these people doing these like baby steps around the booth, and then as soon as they go, okay, we're open, everybody just like stops, and then all of a sudden the people closest to like the wall were like in line. And then there was and it turned out there was like a lot of shoving and stuff.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
So you meant physically,
yeah,
not like bumped out of line.
Just
moved
really, shoved. And a couple other people at the same time. And I think fortunately, one of the people that got shoved really hard was a volunteer, line volunteer, right? For the big line. So she went to go complain to the booth. And the three other of us, we just kind of stood around her. And then they just took the four of us in first. So that was kind of cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Common courtesy goes out the window sometimes.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, like, okay, so I'll tell you a little bit about Comic-Con. In 2007, the Warner Brothers booth, they used to give away these like bags, and they used to do giveaways randomly, like throughout the day, but bags, shirts, whatever. And the way they would do it is they would bring the boxes up onto their shelf, and they would just start doing this, and everybody would crowd up to their counter, and there was like this mass, like, I mean, you could stand there, even if you got something, you couldn't get out. So there was no way for other people to get close. And then the year after, Comic-Con started doing the thing where it was like, you can't do those mass unorganized giveaways anymore. So most places like form lines against the wall at a
Yeah.
certain time, and then they march them over to the booth.
Hmm.
Yeah. And there's a really funny video, dude, on TikTok or something where the guy goes, "This is your POV experience from Comic-Con," and he's the guy like this. He goes, "I'm sorry, the line is capped." And then like the person like, "Okay, I'll be back," and then they come back, and then oh, while they're gone, he's like, "Oh yeah, there's room, 3 more people." And then he's like, and then when the first person comes back, he goes, "Oh no, I'm sorry, the line's capped." So it's like,
Jeez, man.
no matter what you do, oh, can I wait here till it's not capped? No, you got to keep moving. It's so funny. 100% true. Let's see. I saw that kind of BS happen at 1 or 2 of the Hasbro panels on LaserPan's coverage. He outright said, "Oh yeah, I don't care about that." So the panels were, I didn't go to any panels. I just get that out there. I just, I think I'm getting to the point where like, I don't really necessarily want to wait in a line.
Yeah.
And some of these bigger companies like Hasbro and stuff, especially because they're making their big announcements, they're getting like a lot of people that want to be in the panel to see it. Right. And the problem with that is you might, if the panel's at 2:00, you might have to sit through the panel before and the panel before that just to be in there. And, you know, to me, I'm just going to go. Last year, not having the badge made me think like, I just want to see as much as I can and, you know, take in as much as I can without having to have that stress of I need to be here at a certain time.
Yeah. My limited experience with conventions is very stressful. If you feel like you want to participate in as much as humanly possible, it is it's probably not worth all the stress. I mean, I got the VIP badge at Celebration Anaheim 22, and I was up at like 4 a.m. every day to be like first in line for like to be like front and center for all of the panels in the main stage and whatnot. And it was, I mean, that was fun, but like it's in order to try and maximize like all of your time and like get everywhere, it is it sucks a lot out of you.
Yeah.
This thing about getting upset at like the crowds, you know, like that, like I understand it. Like when you go to a convention that big, I'm not trying to belittle anybody saying like, you know, calling people names and stuff like that. They can do that all they want. What I'm saying is I went to the convention knowing there was going to be stuff that I wasn't going to wait for. And just as an example, I won that thing to go to that Wolverine panel on Thursday night.
Yeah.
So I was telling you guys off camera, but I'll just kind of say it here. What happened was it said, get in line after 4. And then your pass may be invalid if you don't show up before 6:45 or 6:15. I can't remember the time. When I showed up at 4, people apparently had camped out there all day. So the line, I literally walked for like 15, 20 minutes to get to the end of the line. And then I was like thinking, geez, if they don't open the door till like 6:15, how is this half-hour walking line going to get in before 7? Because it was crossing like 3 different, like 2 streets, 2 breaks. There were 2 breaks for traffic or whatever. And then I was like, and then they got to check everybody's like emails, like to make sure you had the email. And then I was like, and if they just decide to like not check everybody's email, how many people are in this line that don't have the email that just know I'm going to get in anyways? And am I not going to make it? So am I going to sit here for 2.5 hours without getting in? So I could have been really upset at the situation. Like, oh, well, this is kind of a bad setup. But you know, I mean, I think that's kind of like what you expected from a convention that big, right? But there are plenty of people willing to sit out there and wait. And it's possible that they made it in. You know what I mean? But I wasn't going to do that.
Sounds like a logistics nightmare.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine like having to be the organizers behind like the lines and stuff like that. It's tough.
But I will say, like I haven't been to one in a couple years, like a big one like that. But like the last celebration, and I know the last time when I was in Seattle and went to Emerald City, like I just started giving up getting in line.
Yeah.
Like
That's-
I
yeah.
I would not have gotten line for what you did for that panel, seeing that line. But what I would have done is what worked both at the last celebration I was at and the Emerald City Comic Con was that right when the panel starts, or maybe 5 minutes before, you just walk up to the room, and if the line is done, they'll let you just walk right in, and you just stand against the back wall or something if there isn't a seat. And if you can find a seat, you just sit in the back wherever you can.
I think it's a weird situation, John, because like usually when you go to like one of these panels at Comic-Con, there's a continuous line for the entire day, because even though you don't make it into the 10 o'clock panel, those people will still stay in that line waiting for
To get into
the
the
20
next-
people that may leave to get in,
Yeah.
just to get into the room to see something during that day, right?
Yeah.
And plus that Hall H has a line that forms for the next day. So it's
For
kind
the
of
next day.
yeah, it's kind of like an impossible situation, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So I've been
San
avoiding all
Diego's
that.
bigger
Yeah.
and different than others. Yeah.
Few years it's kind of different, but let's get into talking about some toys. So we want to talk about the most important crowdfunding thing. So we of course have that first. That is the McFarlane Superpowers crowdfunding campaign,
Which didn't move much since the last time we saw it.
It looks like they're
This is
moving
supposed
right
to be
along there.
This is supposed to be a
Yeah.
joke about being the most important crowdfunding campaign, but you're right. It hasn't moved. It got basically went from 114,000 to 140,000 of the $1 million that he's trying to get, and there's
Yeah.
only 5 days to go. So I don't think that's gonna
Nowhere
fund.
near gonna fund.
So
yeah.
So luckily, you'll be able to pick up your Superpowers
At
stuff
Ross.
at Ross in a few.
Because he already had these made and he was hoping to, so he'd be like,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. And then let's see. And then of course the Tiamat. This is not a crowdfund, but I threw it in here anyways. It's 23 days left. It's $300. I took a couple of pictures, so I'll just show those off. What did you guys think of like seeing the Tiamat, and is it something you guys are interested in getting for your Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh, I would love to have it, but I'm not going to pay $300 for it.
No?
It's cool, but not yet.
No,
I'm not a D&D guy.
So I was looking.
I was actually hoping it was. I naively thought it'd be like $59.99 or $74.99
well,
or somewhere
Don,
in that range.
if you do the 4 payments through shop, they're $27. 4
Oh, okay.
payments of $27.
That's right. Okay, there we go. That's more like it. Yeah.
No,
Come on.
that's not necessarily true. I mean that you guys
Yeah.
got yeah. Anyways, it did look really, really cool in person
looks
because it was
great.
big. The display was awesome. But you're right. Like to me, I wasn't just overwhelming. I was looking forward to this a lot, and when seeing it, it looks great, but I wasn't overwhelmingly like, oh my gosh, this thing is awesome.
Yeah.
Right. So hopefully, but it's not a crowdfund. So everybody who pays $300 is going to get one.
Yep.
Right. All right. Let's see. Jonathan is saying the Rattler looks like it's stalled. Yes. So let's take a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Series Rattler. Here's the interesting thing about this. So there were a lot of people chopping at the bits to get into that Hasbro panel on Thursday to see the launch of the Classified Cobra Rattler ground attack jet. And then they launched the campaign hours before the actual panel. So you didn't even have to go to the panel to see the price, to see all the tiers, to see everything that you got.
Wow.
Yeah. And I thought for sure that none of that stuff would pop up until after the panel was over, but it was early too. So I think that maybe they got their time zone thing crossed.
Yeah,
And
possibly.
that's
Someone
why I got
pulled the trigger in Rhode Island a bit early. It was like the for the Star Wars panel. Well, the Star Wars panel was going on, but pretty much at that, like simultaneously, they premiered the like couch like interview with Eric and Chris. I think So
So it's interesting though, because like yesterday, going along with what Jonathan says, when I took my original, was making the thing, I updated it this morning. It was 1,516 backers. This morning it was 1,200 or 12,552 backers. So it really only went up like 35 backers or so overnight, which shows that it has really, really slowed down.
Yeah, it's about
Yeah, but
1,500 away from the next tier.
Yeah, so they
The
need
crazy thing is, though, is it'll probably do the same thing as that. That Cantina was stuck for like
yeah.
most
And
of the
it'll
campaign, and the last week it just jumped over the.
listen. This thing had a lot of San Diego Comic-Con behind it because I mean,
Yeah.
here's the display, and I think just the sheer excitement of being able to see it in person, the model or whatever, and seeing how big it is, I think kind of ignited a lot of like, oh, I gotta have that, right?
People who were there probably
Yeah.
all backed it. Yeah.
So I will tell you that I have not backed this HasLab, and I told myself at the convention when I saw it, I was like, oh my, I got all giddy and like, oh, I got to get this thing, and I almost did. I almost was like on my phone, and then I told myself, no, you're gonna wait. You're gonna wait a week at least. So it's now been a week since I first seen it. You're gonna think about it because one, it's big, it's gigantic. Pictures don't do this thing justice, right? Like
That's
Yeah.
my hold up.
yeah, I mean,
But the wings do like
yes, they do
come
fold
in
up.
and fold up for display purposes. Yeah.
Yeah, so on this shelf behind me, I would have to move this shelf up
Because of the wings.
because of the wings, and it would basically barely fit in here if it does fit in there, right?
Hmm.
So it's, how much is it? 300.
He says, why can't it be $59.99?
Yeah, Hasbro. Anyways, so here is some close-up pictures of what Wild Weasel, right?
Yeah.
And it looks good. I mean, the figures look fantastic for the set. I mean, as always, if you can just get the figures, that would be the coolest thing to me. But I
Yeah.
mean, I did do a couple of pictures. So here is the cockpit. I didn't get the controls in this picture. I just wanted to get right over it. There's
And I love that they took my idea and made a female Wild Weasel for one of the
Yeah.
stretch goals.
yeah, and then the panel that comes off
Yeah.
is actually really cool. So you can put that battle damage panel on. Here is the most fantastic tier that they've done.
Everyone loves
Well,
this tier.
Ghostbusters did this with the patches with the
Right.
the ghost trap.
I think we had the same conversation about the patches back then.
Yeah.
But you know what? For people who like patches and stuff like that, I think it's kind of cool. I wish that they would just do a patch pack on Pulse or something for people who want patches.
Yeah. This screams to me we couldn't think of anything else.
Right.
So we got to do a first tier, but we don't want to shell out for a figure at that range.
Yeah.
So here's some tchotchkes.
Right.
I would have been less insulted if they gave us flag points. You know,
That would be funny. Yeah.
a couple of cardboard cutouts and
I would have I would have thought instead of this could have done like maybe like different kind of panels, right?
You know what
yeah.
You know what,
Exactly.
honestly, that they could have done? They could have given you a roll-up piece of roofing material so that you could lay down underneath your wrap.
Tarmac.
Yeah. Right? Like they could just roll up a sheet of like roofing panel and stick it in there. Because that's really what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
so-
those figures lab stands underneath it?
What do you mean?
They're under the figures.
I don't know. We had to find out. So this was the gunner and then the Baroness figure, right?
But she comes with a helmet. You can pop
Yes.
her head off and put the
helmet on. Yes,
Yeah.
you're correct.
So
They all
she's
have-
a female. So she's a female version of Wild Weasel.
yeah. So that those are pretty cool. Here's a picture from kind of the back. The wheels even say like Cobra on them. You
Oh,
know,
that's
the
cool.
lettering on the wheels are kind of cool.
Huh.
Here's underneath of the rocket. Now, in this picture, they have like Stan holding up the smoke effect, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that this is because it's a 3D printed deal, right? So hopefully the regular one will be able to like be
Clip on
mounted on
somehow.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
be a little bit more sturdy. And then here's a picture of the engine open, and then the gunner's cockpit.
That engine compartment is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Where are the lights at? I know there's a light in the cockpit and then something on the front or the wing, right?
Doesn't the battle damage panel show light through it? Or
that
at
what
least
it
that's
is?
what it looked like in one of the videos.
Gap asked, and I remember seeing the lights, but I couldn't remember.
let me
Where
see if
on-
let me see if I have a different picture of the inside of the cockpit with the lights.
It's not like they didn't do it justice. I mean, they did a good job on it. It's just so big. I can't, you know.
Sure, it's not a Target exclusive based on the wing sticker.
There you go. Yeah.
You guys are funny. I think in the video, I did do a video, walk around. It's on my channel where I show. I guess they didn't have the lights on in the booth because it would have been hard to see. Because I'm trying to look at the cockpit picture that I have,
Yeah.
and it doesn't. Let me get rid of this. And it doesn't really show lights in there.
Yeah.
On
But I
the,
tried.
on the Pulse page, it shows the cockpit lit up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It lights
they-
up. Yeah.
And
They're lit up, but like this didn't have it. The lights that they had on display at the booth were like the runway was lit up
Gotcha.
and they were like blinking and stuff like that. But
that's cool.
I didn't notice the pictures in the HasLab, but it did look cool, and I think it got a lot of I think a lot of people were excited about it because when you first see something, you're like, oh man, this is cool, and then they throw it on display. I kind of almost wish they would have had like the helicopter and the
Yeah.
in the same kind of
Together.
display, like maybe having the chopper coming down on it or something like that. Like had a second glass booth where they had that a little bit above, but they had it at the bottom, right? Even if they would have thought about, because they had a glass display right next to where even if they had displayed the Dragonfly in an upper cabinet, but that's where they put a lot of their newer stuff. Let's see. All right. So that's the Dragonfly. John already backed it. Dan, you're still on the fence?
I mean, if I'll be honest, I'm just going to be honest. If I get it, it'll probably sell it. I'll play with it, take some pictures, and then I'll sell it because I don't have any place to put it.
Right. Well, you keep the figures?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Eric?
No, it looks really cool, and I'd love to have it. But same with the Hiss Tank and Dragonfly. I don't have the space for that kind of stuff. So
All right.
I got to reserve that for Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
That's
See,
about
I'm all in on classified, so I really want the Rattler.
That's probably about how long that Rattler is, what you're holding in your hand.
Yeah. This thing.
Yeah.
So I actually wanted to bring up something.
Ooh.
Speaking of lights, okay.
Yeah.
All the tail lights on this light up. The jet engine here lights up. It spins with spins.
Well, turn them on so we can see.
Well, there's no batteries in it.
Oh, it doesn't come with batteries?
No, the headlights here light up, and you open the cockpit. There's some lights in the cockpit here.
Oh, that's
Okay.
cool.
So this gigantic thing, and it holds two figures in the cockpit. Two figures can sit in here with seatbelts. They actually have cloth seatbelts, by the way. They're cloth little seatbelts.
Really?
So this was $74.99.
But that's McFarlane.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's making $1 million on selling superpower things.
So what I'm wondering is why couldn't the Ghost Rider car like half this size?
Listen, have you seen that Ramen Racer? That Ramen Racer was like at one point was
$199.
like and it lights up has alternate wheels.
Well,
Came with,
and
like,
these
a
are
light
these
up
are
head.
by the way, these are rubber wheels, and also when you turn the steering wheel, the tires turn.
You got to be kidding.
Yeah. So
Jeez, man.
so what
Connor
I'm
has the
really
answer.
getting at is how can McFarlane make this with lights and everything and tires turning and cockpits that fit two characters, 6-inch scale, but you
Amen.
can't get a Ghost Rider car for less than $100.
Connor is answering your question. It's because Hasbro knows that our age group are their bread and butter and are ripping us off for every cent.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
McFarlane made a ton of money on his comic book, so I think he's just like, I don't care if it's.
You think
I
that's what
break
it is?
even. I can
Alright.
break even on these toys. You know?
All right. All right, so moving on. This is this week's episode of the TV and movie news you did not know you needed. And in our first story of the week, it is the report that Marvel is recasting Iron Man. Oh, recast Iron Man. This is not right. Oh, okay. So I don't report Marvel recast Iron Man as Robert Downey Jr.
Your first problem is you're quoting Inside the Magic, which is
All right.
like,
Anyways,
they're,
this is
they're
a super
horrible
reputable.
clickbait. Yeah,
They talk like Yoda.
This is a super reputable news agency.
yeah, clickbait.
Right. Anyways,
Factory.
they're trying
Yeah.
to convince everybody that Disney is once again going after Tom Cruise to play Iron Man because he was supposedly in the running in the beginning, but it turned out to be Robert Downey Jr. Now we know that Robert Downey Jr. came out and is going to play some version of Doctor Doom. That's why I already have the Marvel Legends action figure of Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. So what do you guys think of that casting?
It depends on how
Like
they handle him, right? Like,
Ow.
like if he's going to be Doom moving forward and just doing like voice acting, right? Kind of like Pedro Pascal Mandalorian situation. Great. Even if he shows his face, he's got to be like some alternate version of Doom where he's not like Victor Von Doom or I don't know. I'm sure it'll be interesting what they do, but I can't imagine that he's going to be the quote unquote like main Doctor Doom,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's gonna be Fantastic Four somehow is gonna involve the multiverse, and he's gonna be a version of Doctor Doom in that multiverse somehow.
Yeah.
Well, you guys were talking about how, like, in an alternate universe, Victor Von Doom switches like bodies with Tony Stark and causes him to get kicked out of school or something. Was that you, Eric, that said that?
No, it's
Dan said it. Dan looked it up.
Dan,
Yeah,
sorry.
Dan looked it up.
So if they go with that storyline and he ends up being like, oh, okay, then kind of like a bad guy in a way, but still creates like this suit of armor, but it just happens to be the version that we see as like Doctor Doom, and then they go haul Tony Stark from an alternate universe to fight their Victor Von Doom. You know what I mean? Like with the same kind of tech. I could see a story like that. And it was interesting though to me that when I saw the pictures of the reveal, they had a stage full of Doctor Dooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which to me makes me think like, are all those other Doctor Dooms a suit of armor around the world? You know how he had all those little robot Iron Men flying around? Is he going to have like an army of
Well, Doom had a whole army of Doom bots. Yeah.
Okay,
Comics.
so here's what I think the story will be. So Doctor Doom has these Doom bots. He's wants to destroy the world because he believes that's the only way to create peace on Earth is to destroy everybody. And he decides what he's going to do. He's going to pick a town in some country that doesn't exist. He's going to build like rockets underneath it. He's going to launch it into the air. The Avengers are going to have to show up, spending 45 minutes fighting all the little robots until they take on the main bad guy, and then they save the world.
Well,
I haven't
sounds
seen that
familiar.
yet. And then
it's dropping. It's going to be dropping. The whole city is going to be dropping.
Or it could be that they just fight in New York, you know, where like all these robots descend on New York, and then all the Avengers are like tied up having these little mini fights with all these little robots throughout the city while there's like a big villain going after a main type of a thing. I don't know. That just seems like a setup for like a movie I've seen 2 times.
Yeah.
Except this time it'll actually be. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
It'll actually be. Oh God. What's the country he's from? The
Yeah.
made-up
Oh,
country.
Latveria, whatever.
Latveria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this time it'll, instead of Sokovia, it'll be Latveria, and then
Oh,
yeah, that's how it makes sense.
oh, and it makes it different.
Yeah. Well, what I'm curious about though is a big part of Fantastic Four is the negative verse or whatever, negative zone they call it or something like that. And
They might run into Zod in there.
I think that they're going to treat the negative zone as another area in the multiverse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could be.
And like the quantum realm
Realm.
sort of became part of the multiverse again. You know what I mean? Like it's
Well, they use the quantum realm to time travel. So does this negative zone or whatever then become a way to travel the multiverses potentially?
maybe, yeah, they could do that. Yeah. You know, I don't know. So I mean, it could just be that they're going to pull him out of there's some negative zone thing going on. They're going to pull him out of that. Yeah. If it's whether it's a gateway to other multiverse things or something. Yeah. They'll rewrite it into some way that's make it very weird. But
Do you think
work
he
for
will
the
be
film.
Do you think he'll be the main Doom and the real Doom?
No.
No,
Or do you think he'll be just like a multiverse kind of
He's going to be a multiverse version of Doom. Yeah.
that's what I think. But
Because I think the way they're teasing it is that it's not like, it's almost like it's not serious. You know what I mean?
right.
So I think they're just teasing it as like a way to get people to go see the movie, but and get interest in it right now early on. But he's really going to be like, it's going to throw you for a loop by the time you see the movie. You know what I mean?
Honestly, like as I'm sure whatever he does is going to be good, but I see this like if it's potentially confusing for even people like us. Think about like the average like moviegoer, like they're gonna be like, wait,
What?
he's who now?
Well,
Right?
Well, they
Like,
got to
he's
tell a
bad,
good
or,
story,
like,
right? They're
did
going
he
to
die, or like what's going on? Like,
I wonder if some of them even pay attention, because I asked my mom the other day. I was like, "Did you see that Tony Stark coming back? But this time he's playing Doctor Doom." And she was like, "Who?" And I said, "The guy who was Iron Man." And she's like, "Oh, I didn't know his name was Tony." And I said, "Well, it's Robert Downey Jr. He's coming back." And she's like, "Who?" And she doesn't even know that Robbie Downey Jr. played Iron Man, Tony Stark. So
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
forgot that she was like,
Yeah.
I don't know who these people are. So
Listen, I really think that okay, they probably went to the drawing room. They said we got to do two things. We lost our main villain, pretty much to all that stuff to happen. It wasn't really paying off. We got to kind of get back to our roots a little bit. Robert Downey Jr. Everybody loves him, right? How can we bring him back? I don't think he was interested in doing necessarily Iron Man again, but maybe doing this variant version was interesting enough for him to like play that role. So I see this as like a way to sort of get back to Thor, Captain America, kind of Iron Man. You know what I mean? Like you'll get your Avengers
yeah.
that you want to see.
Well, like, and Brian's got a good point too. It could lead to Battle World.
Yep,
when
it
all
could.
the incursions happen. Yeah.
That'll probably be the Void. Don't you think they'll just repurpose the Void as Battle World?
And then what Gap's saying is, I guess Gap didn't watch Deadpool.
No, nobody did.
Yeah, we can't talk too much about it because Vern hasn't seen it yet. So, but
Dan saw it.
No spoilers.
yeah, Dan and I saw it. Eric,
You've
Deadpool?
seen
I
it?
saw it. Yeah, I saw it last Thursday when it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took the day off from work to go see it.
Oh my god!
Literally put
I'm
in
the only one. I'm the only one. All right. You guys could talk. We'll talk about it towards the end. We'll make some time if you guys want to talk about it.
No, that's all good.
I don't care.
Well,
about
I just like Gap's comment, and if you saw Deadpool, you'd understand
this one.
like that Gap doesn't need to make that comment.
Oh, so you're saying he didn't see it then?
Yeah, he must not have saw it. Yeah.
All right. All right, so let's move on from Robert Downey Jr. I think it's mixed emotions. I think that's we're the same as the internet then. The other couple of things that just came out, I guess, the Planet of the Apes movie just dropped on Hulu. So if you haven't seen it, you can jump over to Hulu to watch it. August 30th, The Fall Guy is going to be on Peacock Plus. So if you haven't paid for that yet and you have Peacock Plus, you're going to be able to watch that also.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Is that Fall Guy movie in any way related to the Fall Guy TV show?
It's named The Fall Guy, and it's about a stuntman, Colt Seavers.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the same. Like, it's not the
It's
same.
kind of like watching the new Roadhouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. All right. And
Only
then,
a title.
yeah. And then I thought I'd put this up because the Guinness's Book of World Records decided that Wesley Snipes wins for playing the first, his return comes 25 years, 340 days after he first played the character Blade in 1998, meaning that he beats out Hugh Jackman for the record of the longest career as a live action Marvel character. I argue with that because Lou Ferrigno played the Hulk in 1977 in live action and voiced the Hulk in a live action movie in 2008, which gives him 31 years.
That's right. Yes.
So I call out
Hmm.
the Guinness's Book of World Records and ask them to please change the wording
Good luck.
on the record.
Oh, it says live action. If he voiced
It
it in a
doesn't-
cartoon,
No, he
That's not
he
live
voiced
action.
it. He voiced it in the movie, the one that Eric Bana was
he
in.
did. Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's a live action movie.
Yeah, it's live action then. You're right. Okay.
and
Wasn't he a security guard though?
he also played the security guard, but he was the voice of the
Yeah.
Hulk.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, they could have that could easily be the world record if they say the longest career as a live action Marvel character in a movie.
That's interesting.
But then you can say, well, the Hulk was a TV movie.
Too many asterisks.
Yeah. So anyways, I think that the
I seriously would write to Guinness Book of World Records and say, "Hold on,
well,
'cause I think
wrote
you've got
this-
him here. You've
I
got
wrote
him
this and
here."
I tagged him on Instagram. So let's see if they'll just ignore me.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that.
Yeah, they will definitely ignore me. Okay, let me get this other presentation thing up. It was so much stuff I had to do two different presentations. All right. So this week, let me do this one. All right, so now we're going to do the hot or not section. These are the toys that are being peddled to us this week, and kind of like, I guess it's going to be sort of mistaken because we had a lot of reveals, but most of them came from like Comic-Con and stuff like that. And we didn't have a show last week, so a lot of these are going to be the reveals I think that they came out with, and I used some of those pictures. So if I'm missing stuff, I apologize. It's been, like after this week, I've been like kind of catching up. Oh, Gap is saying, I hope you have better hot toys to show this week.
Oh, you better have thrown in the new Hello Kitty just for Gap.
I guarantee you there's no Hello Kitty, and I skipped the Monster High stuff.
Aw.
Anyways, these were two figures that were announced last week at San Diego Comic-Con. You got Vanestra and Babu Frick. No, I know.
That's
Not Pip.
Do you get a second Pip? Do you get another Pip?
I think
Yeah.
you do, because he comes with the version that when he picks it up. Which of these two figures are you most likely looking forward to?
Well,
I'm getting them both, but Basil, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm just not collecting characters from this show, so
Oh, okay. Hey,
I'm
so
only
I wanna-
old. I'm only old trilogy and prequel Jedi now from now on. So
All right, so let me answer John's. Jonathan
now
Jonathan
he's
Redmond
upset.
asked, any word when the San Diego Comic-Con Pulse stuff is going up on Pulse? I heard, yes, you're correct, that it's going to be the 5th, at least for the Cobra guy. And the interesting part about that Cobra Commander was that was the only figure that they were limiting you to one. So here's where I'm going to go off on a rant. Comic-Con does this like weird thing where like one, you have to win in the portal, but then later in the afternoon, they open their booth and they let you go in. When you go in, you have a 4-day badge. You go in, they stamp your badge and only limit you to 1 or 2 of the exclusive items, which normally is fine. But it's always been 2 per. But this year, it was 2 for everything unless it was Cobra Commander and you could only get 1, which, okay, I understand that, right? Because they thought, okay, that's going to be the one that everybody wants. If you had Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday badges, sometimes Comic-Con breaks those badges apart and sends them to you with the individual days. So that person could go on Thursday and get their 1. Then they go on Saturday, they get another 1 because that paper is not stamped. And then Sunday, that paper is not stamped. But we all paid the same amount to go each day. Each day is separate. So in my mind, I should have been able to go to the Pulse booth when it was open to everybody. Every single day, I paid for a ticket.
Yeah.
And that should have counted individually for me, like if I was just paying for one day, because I'm a new person going that day. You know what I'm saying?
It
So
sounds like if you want the exclusive, you're better off buying 4-day tickets and getting 4 different stamps than you are to get a
that's
weekend.
the thing.
I mean, if that's all you're there for is hunting variants, you're whatever exclusive.
So I mean, so you can't pick up stuff for friends. And then like what happened was Saturday, they realized they weren't selling out of anything. So they upped the limit to 2 on the Cobra Commander.
What?
Yeah. So you're able to go in it and get 1 more if you had previously bought one, no matter how many days you had. Then I heard, I didn't go on Sunday. I just gave up because my feet hurt. I'm old. Sunday, they got rid of the limits altogether.
Well, they didn't want to bring anything back. Yeah.
I heard that from somebody else. So there were pictures of people who bought 10. So somebody who may have only bought a Sunday ticket was able to buy Sky's the Limit, but somebody who got all 4 days and even maybe preview night, so paid for every day, was only able to buy 1 because maybe they got in there on Thursday. And I think that's a flaw. I think it should be a limit 2 per day that you pay for, right? Every day should be treated differently.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. But anyways, I don't think they sold
and now
out.
we find out they didn't sell enough, so they're putting them online.
Yeah, which is fantastic, because if you didn't get it and you're able to like get on Pulse and get one, I think that's going to be fantastic for you. So I think that's pretty cool.
I still want someone to split the set with me and let me just have the little Cobra. I want the little guy, and that's it. I don't want the big figure. I just want that little guy. And I'm willing to do 50-50, cut it in half. You can keep everything else, every accessory, the guy, everything. I just want that little Cobra.
How much are you willing to pay for the little Cobra?
Well, I said I'd split it 50-50. How much was the set?
It was $100.
No, I'm not. It wasn't $100.
So wait, so Vern,
Yeah.
back to when things drop on Pulse. You said just G.I. Joe, just the Cobra Commander on the 5th, because I thought what I was hearing was everything.
No,
was,
I think everything's going up on the 5th. That's what I
they
heard.
still haven't marketed.
Yeah.
like,
They
anything,
haven't said anything. I think it's going to be a surprise 5 a.m, so they can just sell out of everything. So you got to be like ready to go at a moment's notice. That's what I think. But I honestly feel like nothing was selling. People weren't buying that Darth Maul with the speeder was $60. And
that's
I don't know, Eric. A figure is $25. They're trying to tell you that speeder was worth $35.
well, there's the speeder and there's the Probe Droid and the different packaging. To me, that doesn't seem like an outrageous price point for what that was.
It felt expensive there. I just felt that was
Sure.
to me, like I just felt it was like a little expensive, and I was like looking at it like I have a couple of Darth Mauls. I was like, I don't know.
I think there's one. I think there's one difference between that Darth Maul and the Maul that comes in the GameStop 3-pack with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. I think this Maul has the like wristband that he uses to command the probe droid in the Phantom Menace.
Okay.
The one in the pack had the full cape with the long
Yeah.
sleeves and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, I didn't know that.
My understanding was that they did they were planning to do the exclusive with the speeder bike, so they needed to do a version with soft goods for the vehicle, and they were able to reuse that and do like a GameStop exclusive out of most of that, with the exception of the
That guy.
one
That's the one.
gauntlet.
So this is pretty stiff right here, but it's still flexible enough that if you wanted to,
I
'cause
saw
took
you
a
strangling
picture.
it.
Yeah, you can get it around Roadblock's waist
Yeah.
and have
I
them
saw
like
you.
kind of looking over the shoulder. So it's kind of cool to be able to do that.
Well, it's not 35. It's not 35 quid. It's 35 USD. To be fair,
I think
right?
that
Like you got to factor like the exchange rate.
yeah. So
Right.
the whole pack was like $60. It just seemed like I think I had never seen like an action figure pack that expensive. I feel like it could just be the cost. The cost is what it is now, right? That's what you expect. I just felt like if it was a GI Joe with the vehicle, it would have been 50.
Possibly. I mean, they don't have to. They can go cheaper with GI Joe because that's their IP, and they don't have to
Yeah.
eat into the margins with the
true.
licensing. But
That's true. This giant set was $50.
but, you know,
That giant set, John, was $39.99.
Yeah, for you anyway. Yeah, but for me it was.
but there was
$50.
also the better like the. I don't really care that much about the packaging, but they did spend. I'm sure they spent more on the like premium
I like
packaging.
that
with
packaging.
The,
I thought that
with the background. But
Oh, well,
yeah,
it looked good, and you know the thing is like it was just weird. Like I'm like when I'm there, I was like, oh, okay, I was really interested in the Cobra Commander. I did get the Death Head. You know what I mean? Like I think those are my thing. When I looked at the Star Wars one, I was to me, I just was like, here are the NECA Ben Cooper figures that they showed off. You got Alien.
Ha! The alien looks funny.
Yeah, I love the gizmo. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, we had Fanboy Cantina, Monkey Jeebus, and Bender Rodriguez join us.
Oh, say hello. And then so does anybody collect these NECA things?
Dino does, but
Yeah.
you know, he's the only one I think right now.
I got a couple of them, and they're actually really cool. They are total throwback to like being a kid and wearing a Halloween costume. Me and Rick had a long argument about. He said that these were half the size of a 7-inch figure, but they're not.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Anyways, this is the Icon Heroes Zujitsu line. So these were the painted figures that they had on display. I think they're pretty cool. I actually have a video if you guys want to check it out on the Comic-Con exclusive. It was
cool.
these are they called these like the power-ups or something. So I guess like when they get their power, they power on and become this fiery version or something like that.
The tiger? You didn't.
Yeah, the Tiago
Yeah.
the Tiger is kind of like
I see. You didn't. I thought there was just the one, but no, they have.
no, they had different versions, but the to see what one was like and stuff like that. I got the Tiago. He's supposed to be like the main dude, I think.
Yeah.
And then
Well, those look familiar.
yeah, these are Fist. These are so the interesting thing is this. I talked to them also. These are made completely in Colombia. So the guy designs them there. They have a factory there. They're making these in Colombia. So that was kind of like how a little bit unique. They have a comic book that goes along with their figures and stuff like that. And they were pretty cool.
And they are $32.
Yeah, something like that. They're on Big Bad Toy Store pre-order. And And then this is Mezco.
Wednesday.
Yeah. So they had these are the 5 POA they had on display. They didn't have like a time. The guy couldn't tell me when they were coming out, but it's Mezco. And then
Her face looks weird though. Her
yeah.
mouth.
yeah,
I think it was the black lipstick. At first, I thought Wednesday's mouth was open or something, but
Yeah,
it's
it
the
looks
black
strange, yeah.
lipstick. Yeah.
they looked a lot better in person than the promo pics that I had seen, but they still, because they're like a 5 POA, they're made like a little bit cheaper, I think. This was, I think, a 112. So there's like a 6-inch figure in there. This thing's fucking huge.
Yeah, it
That's
looks
not
cool.
J-Lo movie.
I don't know
Why
what
it does look like the J-Lo movie thing.
Don't it?
Oh yeah, maybe, right?
At what is it? Atlas.
Atlas. Yeah, it looked cool. I mean, I was like, oh, just walking by, and I was like, oh yeah, I like that thing. It's probably $1 million, but yeah, the Goonies were right above them, and I forgot to take a picture of them before I walked away.
What is
what?
Well, the Sentinel. I was saying, does that say video can't downed vortex? What? You can't something? Like don't touch.
what?
Are they trying to tell you not to touch everything?
No, it's like the name of it. Hold on.
Oh, all right.
You're asking me to read something that's just as small to me.
Yeah, you made him get his-
I'm not looking at the full presentation here.
Void Cadet. He says Void Cadet. Okay, so it says
I
Void
think it's
Cadet.
correct. Yeah,
I
that
got you.
think it's
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. This none of us can read the damn.
Yeah, and I can't remember what I read.
Yeah.
These were pretty cool. I didn't see the announcement on these. I just saw these in the booth the first day.
Now,
so
I gotta ask, because every picture, even the picture I got from the PR thing over the weekend, had a picture with multiple ones. So, do you get more than one in the box, or are they just showing multiple, suggesting that you buy more than one?
well, I don't think you're getting any of them anymore because they're sold out.
Okay,
If you didn't order them, you're out of luck, right? Like,
that's okay. But what I mean is, like, how many do you get?
all right, let me look. It's a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. I'm on their site. I'm gonna pull it up. They are $54.99, so it looks like you get 2 of them.
2 of them. Okay.
2, yeah. So it's a 2
Because
pack.
every picture had like 2 or 3 or something like that, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Do you get multiples? Like, how? This is misleading if you don't." You know,
Yeah, so what you get is you get the 2 figures and the rock,
rock and some
and
blast
then
effects.
and then 4 blast effects, and then 2 sets of 2 fists and 2 open hands, right? Like an extra set of open hands and an
Yeah,
extra
yeah.
set of fists.
No cardboard.
What?
No cardboard.
What do you mean cardboard? Oh, no
There's
card.
no cardboard included.
No.
Well, that's
Maybe
right. It's
that-
not a HasLab. Sorry.
Yeah. And then I just threw this picture in there because I thought it looked kind of cool the way they had it set up. I kept hoping that something was going to fall down, but didn't.
Why is there 2 Ultramen?
What?
There's 2 Ultramen in that shot.
No, that is Ultron.
Ultraman laying on the or Ultron, yeah.
Ultron.
There's
Man.
Ultron dead on the ground, and Ultron in the. There's
Oh,
2
which-
Ultrons.
Well, they're his robots.
Yeah.
Oh,
you have
alright,
a bunch
okay.
of droids.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then
fine.
he's holding like an Ultron too, so there's actually 3.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, anyways, these are the battle droids. This is kind of cool. They
Yeah.
were the Black Series versions.
Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot.
Yeah, they looked good.
Hopefully,
But if it's-
the joints are stiff enough on the B2s to kind of
Yeah.
stay in place like that. Otherwise, they'll just like droop, or like the knees will go backwards.
Yeah. Although I do kind of wish. I mean, I understand that he's this color, but I've got 6 that are this light tan color, and I've only got like maybe 3 that are the brown or other, and 1 that's like OOM or something. I don't know, but I want more that are. I don't need another light tan one. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, but did they have the darker ones that were riding the machines, or were they all light tan?
I think they were all light tan because this was the first movie, right?
Yeah.
I think this is a specific one with some number on the back or something. I think.
Yeah.
I think there's something unique about this battle droid, but I'll probably I'll probably
I
be in
want,
for
but
two of
I
them.
won't be able to get it. It'll like I'll find out about it. Go online, it'll already be sold out, so I won't end up
Yeah.
getting it. That'll suck, but whatever.
All right, and then these were the retro Acolyte figures that they had up there.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so X, right? None of these survived.
Oh, they're all dead. Yeah, that's right.
And then all survivors. No, one X. Or no body, possibly survivor, right? That's what they said.
I thought it was the other mom that was survivor.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
you're right. So,
she died. Yeah,
so two survivors here. Is that a lightsaber? No, that's her little pip thing, huh? In her hand.
Yeah, this set is a little bit strange because like I would have instead of the mom, I would have put the stranger in here.
I would have too. I would have too.
Yeah,
but
I
think
don't
that's
get
just-
why you don't. I don't get why you don't get the bad guy, and I don't get why you don't get the bad guy in the Black series yet either.
Yeah,
Like, it doesn't make sense.
to sell another set.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
I mean,
two sets for every show. There's 2 sets for every show, so there will be a second set. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean they
And I
just
think
put,
I already ordered this.
they just put some Mando season 3 and Ahsoka figures on sale now. So by this time next year, I would expect
Yeah.
Chimera at a minimum.
Oh, you would hope so. I mean, he was. Yeah. All right. And then I took pictures of these, even though we talked about these before. I just
Yeah.
thought they looked pretty cool in person.
Yeah, I did have to get the Yoda, but I guess he sold out, right, or something like that.
Well, for now, keep checking Pulse, and then they'll be all over the Disney store. You'll be able to
Gotcha.
get these no problem.
Yeah.
It's the same situation as the Mace Windu and 187 2-pack.
Yeah. That Yoda looks cool. The chair is really cool.
I just have to have it for the Yoda collection. It's like a must. Can't
Yeah.
go without it. Yeah.
Gotta get 'em.
got to.
I
All right,
know.
and then this is from Ahsoka. So we've seen the reveals on these before.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are 6-inch.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, all Black series. I think I only
Yeah.
took a couple of vintage collection
You got
photos.
the Cantina. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like in here, I think I only put the Mandalorian and the Blurg, and we'll get to those. Here's the Bat.
The Crimson or the Iron Grenadier
Iron
one.
Grenadier.
Yeah. It's the Elon Musk. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are funny. Let's see. And then I threw this in there. This is the I think all the recast, right? Because these were already they're just restamped from the same molds or something.
Beetlejuice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I did like the display.
But they changed it to a fat stomach, like the.
Oh,
like
that's
the
true,
modern-
I guess. Yeah.
Now is that Infernal Room panties thing like a thing that's coming out that you can
I don't
buy?
know. I wish it was. I wish I knew. I don't know, John. Honestly, it was like in the display. I was like, that looks cool, but I just think that sometimes they make stuff for their displays, and
Yeah,
then they don't
exactly.
go anywhere.
Yeah.
That's pretty elaborate though for just putting it out
Yeah.
there.
I mean, 100%. They should be selling that thing.
I mean, I'll probably get it where I'd put it. But
I would too. I mean, because you could use it so universally with a lot of different things. You don't just have to have
Yeah.
Beetlejuice there.
yeah, it does. I mean, you could put that as a background to photos or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
It
need your
doesn't have to
GI
be
Joe
just
team making
Beetlejuice.
tactical entry into the Inferno room.
Right?
Yeah.
Those Goonies figures walking into it, that would be funny.
Yeah. There you go. The D&D ones.
That one Goonies, the one that's got the goofy smile.
Well, I was thinking the D&D. Remember the D&D ride? They
Yes,
went into the.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you watch my like HasLab pitch on the Tiamat, that was one of my tiers was having the like a mountain thing or the ride theme with like the opening for the ride, and it was going to come with a little ride car so you could put all your figures in it. I took a picture of this. This is pretty cool. This was I want to say,
Buzz Light.
This looks like the dude from Robotech.
yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of the
It
company.
looks like
Yeah.
a Buzz Lightyear thing.
That's what I said.
It's Robotech. It's the Mespa or whatever thing. It's Scott
Yeah,
Bernard.
there was a vintage figure of this with the bike. Yeah.
Yeah, so Scott Bernard, he has like
That's
a
it.
motorcycle. It breaks apart. It wraps around him, and he's and
Becomes
it's like a
armor,
robot.
yeah.
Yeah. Then you got the GI Joe. They had the sniper
the-
gear.
The ghillie suit is awesome. That's a cool idea
Yeah, that looks fantastic.
that they took from that other company.
No, actually, Gridiron Studios was the first one that I found that had like a ghillie suit available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And they did a white one too, didn't they?
No, that was the other company.
Oh,
did
that was
a
the
white
other
one.
company that
Yeah,
did the white
other-
one.
The Valaverse did the white one. And then
Gotcha.
remember we were making fun of that ghillie suit because the camo one, because when we showed it off a couple of years ago, that John goes, I just don't understand why they took a picture of the person in the ghillie suit on like concrete.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, why are you in camo on concrete? But anyways,
Well, I guess if they did it in like a grassy area, it would be hard to show the actual
Can't see
product.
it.
yeah,
Can't
that's
see it.
true. That's true.
So the
Camouflage
contrast
is-
probably helps.
I think I already ordered this set. Isn't this the
This is
guy
the
and the girl?
Super
Was it-
Vamp or
was it-
something like that. The new Vamp with all the
Oh, that's
Yeah.
the Springer. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Stinger. That's it. I'm talking about the figures. I think I ordered this Falcon and the girl. Like that
Prob-
was
probably they've already
Yeah.
gone up. Yeah, they're already up. This one's up to. This one was the Walmart Collector Con or whatever. They just happened to have them there, so I thought I'd throw them in. I think they'll look good. This guy was a surprise. What is it? Airborne
which one?
with the parachute.
Well, that's just a paratrooper generic
Okay,
one.
paratrooper. So
Yeah.
he has a backpack where the parachute appears to go inside the pack.
Yeah, and it'll come out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I doubt it deploys if you throw them up in the air.
No, it just
I
falls
think
to
you
the
have
ground.
to sort of deploy it ahead of time. But
And my experience with these parachute toys is that you have to be somewhere high and
Uh-huh.
hold the parachute open and then drop them. Because if you just like have the parachute in the figure and throw it up in the air, sometimes it might open once out of every 20 tries, but most of the time just falls back to the ground.
so if I take my drone and I do some sort of a release pin on it and then I haul it up 300 feet
Yeah,
with,
there you
with
go.
the camera pointed straight down on the guy, and then I release it, and then I just like fly my drone as fast as I can down behind him. If the chute doesn't deploy, that's going to be a pretty cool video.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. But I think if you have it held right from the hanging from the parachute, it might open up and drop.
Maybe. Halo jumper.
But I
Yeah.
do want the that jump trooper guy, because he was a mail away exclusive 3 3/4. That's
Yeah.
really hard to get. And then I went online to order him, and he was sold out. Like, God damn it, he's just as hard to get in classified series as he is now in the 3 3/4 vintage line.
Yeah. So, these are pretty cool.
Card looks good.
I don't know how much I like the characters that have swords, though. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm getting done with the swords.
Isn't that
I thought
just a
the Crimson Guard, that's like a
Yeah, it's like
just
their
a
thing.
repaint of the Crimson Guard. But I thought the Crimson Guard with the sword was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Not-
old school cavalry.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just not a fan, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting the alternate versions of stuff that I didn't have as a kid. You know what I mean? I like the regular Crimson Guard, and that was it.
Yeah. So here is the Mandalorian armor and the armor set. This is vintage collection.
Yeah.
So who's going to be picking this up, Eric?
It's real.
If I had enough space, I'd get it to like and put it next to my Mando N1 and the Razor Crest. But
Uh-huh.
Like it looks really cool, but
I liked the like the rock back piece. You know how it's
Yeah.
all connected. I like that. I wish they would do more stuff like that.
Yeah, that's how the actually how the carbon freezing chamber should have been. There should have been one wall of the carbon freezing chamber and then a ceiling, and you could have that top part that was there, and then the bottom whole part that he would have put your Han in, send him down, turn a lever, and pull him back up, and he, rather than having to buy two sets that clamp together.
and I think
But,
it comes with a bunch of extra helmets too. Like that, those look cool.
Oh yeah, they do. They're in that little thing over there. Yeah. Yeah, this is a really cool set. I like the box art. I like the everything about it, but I did not order it because it's just out of my. I'm not collecting 3 3/4 Mandalorian stuff.
You know what's funny is like Jonathan says I don't like snake eyes. I don't display my snake eyes with a sword.
Really?
I don't think. I can't even find them up here, but
Shadow, he said.
yeah, they don't care.
The classified snake eyes that I have, like, does not stand very well. It's got really loose joints.
So do you have that? Let me
In the
ask you a
game,
question. Do you have the first release of Snake Eyes, that one that was in the 01 box or whatever, right?
Yeah,
Can you put the knife in the sheath?
I think so.
yeah, mine is. Yeah.
Because mine would not fit, and when I watch other people's videos, there were a whole bunch of them where the knife sheath wouldn't accept the knife.
Huh.
Yeah, so I was curious if they got that fixed with like later ones. Anyways, so then the Trooper looks good.
The
looks
Trooper's
good.
cool looking. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think out of all the reveals, that's probably one of my favorites. Second favorite, because my favorite's coming up.
And then we'll have this release of Ahsoka, the white, and then we'll have the Walmart exclusive with the poncho.
Yeah.
At least that's what I'd expect based on what we've been seeing with the
Right.
Balin Skull and Shin Hati.
Gotcha.
G-Force says the movie Storm Shadow Snake Eyes.
And
Yeah.
Sword. That's
and this is hilarious
Snake Eyes,
because
yeah.
I love this.
this one is funny because my mom wrote me just yesterday saying I was looking at stuff to buy for Christmas and I couldn't find. I saw a picture of this droid that we watched the show of, and it had the baby Yoda inside of it, and I couldn't find it at Amazon or Target or Walmart. And I said, "Oh, I think they only have them at like Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth." And then she wrote back and she goes, "Oh, I found it on Entertainment Earth." And then she went, "Oh, but act surprised when you get it for Christmas." So she asked me where to find my own Christmas gift. So I guess
That's
I'm
nice.
getting it for Christmas.
That's nice. I like that.
She likes Baby Yoda or Grogu, so
Yeah.
she must have saw it in one of the reveals over the weekend, and then was like, "I got to buy that for John."
Yeah.
But
This is my favorite. This is my favorite figure.
I guess I'm getting Krang Grogu. Yeah.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Yes. No. Yes.
All right. This is a good looking
Oh,
figure.
there we
too.
go. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think they did a good
Didn't like
job.
him.
Yeah. I don't know who the crazy dude is behind her, but
Is that supposed to be another version of Cassian?
yeah.
Yeah, this is season 2
Looks
outfit.
really. Wow. Okay.
The face looks off to me.
Yeah, it does. Looks weird. Did they hire a different actor for season 2?
Yeah, I think they replaced
Did they?
no.
No, that's Diego Luna.
So is this going to
but
be a
these are-
season 2 version of her then?
Well,
Yeah,
I think
I mean, what else?
like that looks like season 1, but I think they're billing this as season 2 because
Yeah,
that
right, they
data
are.
pad
Wait,
is
Hold on,
Yeah.
something
John.
we haven't seen.
John. What do you think the season 2 would look like that would be different from the season 1 version?
The data pad. That's what we're talking about.
And the blaster, I don't think she wielded a blaster in
Oh, okay.
season 1.
Because maybe a rank insignia, maybe she got promoted.
Yeah. Does she have a hip on her chest there?
But
a second. She's got a second like code cylinder. Like it's
yeah,
The problem is she's not. Hopefully, there's like one of those security film things on her tablet because Cassian can obviously see what's on her
see it.
tablet.
I know. Yeah, he's gonna steal all the
you know
secrets.
what's weird about this release? They went out of their way to say that these won't be available for pre-order. They'll be for sale at a later date.
So they're gonna pop up as soon as the Andor show comes on. They'll be available.
Unlikely
Yeah.
because Andor doesn't have a release date. We just found out that Skeleton Crew debuts December 3rd. So Andor will be sometime, I don't know, February
next
or
year, yeah.
March next year. So realistically, they're most likely to do what they did with the Acolyte figures this year, put them on pre-order like around Christmas time or something is my guess.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, and then this is the Mandalorian with the blurg. I wish they would do that for the Black series. I mean, they
Yeah.
did the sand, the dewback, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. They're not
They
big.
need to do this for both. I mean, I actually ordered this was a weird thing because I actually ordered one of these, but I don't want another Mandalorian figure. I just wanted the blur.
Yeah, I just wanted the blurg. I got one for my Razor Crest.
Andor's
That's
dropping this
quite-
month.
Because quite frankly, I might leave Mandalorian in the box, and I might put a Nikto or Klaatu figure on this, or pretend it came from the Ewok Caravan of Courage movie, or
Yeah.
whatever the
Yeah.
second movie was. What was the
I mean,
second movie? Battle for
Honestly,
Endor.
look, this is a 3D printed model
Yeah,
that I got off
The one you got earlier.
eBay a long time ago. It's not that big. It doesn't take up much room. So to do a Black Series blurg is not that big of a deal.
But I wouldn't be surprised if, because a lot of these molds and stuff, like we were told,
They can scale up.
they're
yeah.
scalable, so they could just scale this now that they have it.
Oh,
If they
that's
sell
true.
enough, like I wonder if this is like if they go, well, if we sell enough in vintage collection and we sell enough of the Stap and the Sith Maul Speeder thing, like then maybe we'll scale this up and do a blurg next year,
Yeah. All right. And then they had these figures that got announced, and they have them fighting the Captain America from
Infinity War. Right?
Infinity War.
It looks like he has a really big head.
It
I
does.
think I might have had my camera on that like 0.5, with the
Angle?
backup zoom or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Now are these alien figures coming out? Like that's
yes, they showed them off. They were showing them. They have like the 4 arms. They look cool.
Yeah, is that from the Wakanda scene when they were attacking
Yeah.
Wakanda? Those
Yeah.
creatures? Okay, yeah. And how was that Carnage out of the box in person? Because that
I didn't pay that much attention to them because it's not something I would.
some
like.
people were saying it's one of the best Carnages. So I
Yeah.
was wondering if
My experience with those types of like tendrils and whatnot is like they're just gonna start drooping over time.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I was at the house like a week or so ago, and I saw that the Carnage I have on display, he's got the big symbiote axe like thing.
Yep. I was just about.
I had his hand up in the air on display, and so the axe was like that. And when I looked at it, it's all bent over like that. Yeah, exactly.
Look how
And I was
depressing
like,
this is.
"Oh, give me a break." It's like, yeah, I was like, that might be the same one I have. And I was
Yeah,
like,
this
his
is the-
axe is all bent over and
This is.
stupid looking
I
now.
think this was the comic 2-pack. I think.
Yeah, I think it was a comic book version. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just bent. So I had to
Wah, wah.
repose them. I had to put it down, like repose them with it down next to him, kind of, and so it would sag straight down and not. Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Needs a little bit of figure action figure Cialis or
Oh,
something.
just heat it up and then for the way. Anyways, so this was pretty cool that they threw this out there, even though the product's not final and it's pending.
That's the gray gargoyle, right?
Yeah.
Eric, you know they can get that in generic for hymns. A little cheaper.
I have a couple of different
And,
pictures. I don't know why I picked this one, but anyways,
And a
it's lot.
Mr. Fantastic with the coat on. Yeah.
Which one, Jonathan?
Ghost Riders, Flaming Chain, Ben.
The one from the single retro card, or the one with the? Well, there's two of them now. There's two. With
Yeah.
the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Dan Ketch and Johnny Lake.
Monkey, wasn't Dragon Man purple?
Well, wait, this guy's gray because
it's a prototype. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe it is Dragon Man and he will be
Man.
purple. It's not gray gargoyle then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, that's it. That's all the pictures that I put up this week.
That's a lot, though.
Yeah, no, that was cool.
And then there was the Deadpool and Wolverine, like MCU figures.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and the butt controllers for the Xbox. They look like
Oh yeah, yeah.
One of the things that I thought was like interesting was like I walked around to so many different booths, but I failed to like take pictures at some of these smaller tables and stuff like that. I don't know why. Like when you walk up to a small, it's like these bigger companies are design their displays for you to walk up and kind of just take pictures of them. But like these smaller guys set up these displays, but when you walk up, it's like you're just talking to them. You know what I mean? And then you walk away, and then like 2 hours later, oh, I wish I would have taken a picture of those things. But it's not like you think about it at the time because you're engaging with them.
Yeah,
So that's what the bigger booths kind of miss out on, is they do have the guys there that will talk to you, but like you can innocuously just walk up, never talk to anybody, check out all the displays, and then leave.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to ask, when you were there, did you get to talk to any of the Hasbro people specifically, and anything you reveal from conversations?
No, nobody gives up anything.
Nothing. Nothing of any substance.
Not in casual conversation. It seems like they don't want to do it. And then the few people who kind of like recognize me or whatever definitely aren't going to be telling me anything. But
didn't you have to go up to? Didn't you have to go up to someone to get the Death's Head card?
Yeah, Ryan had it in his pocket. I talk to those guys like I think every year. I just kind of casually go up and just say hello and stuff like that. But I mean, I know they're not going to say anything. This is the only thing that I think that maybe people don't know that kind of got out from the guy who designed the Rattler. And he basically told me that they have focus groups for stuff that they want to release. And they are actively secretly looking for people to participate in those focus groups.
I was just going to ask, did you get to sign up for anything?
No, they want you to contact them through their site or whatever. So I guess if you're interested in doing that, you can all start flooding them with emails and saying, I want to be in a focus group.
Yeah.
Because like when I was at one of it was, what one was it? I think it was Star Wars Celebration 2015, the Anaheim. I was talking with the Hasbro booth about Star Wars and stuff, and then Transformers came up, talking with one of the guys, and at that time I told him I couldn't wait for the Ultra Magnus that was rumored to be coming out, and he was big into Transformers, and at that time he took my name and address and said, well, if I can work it out, I'll get one. And then like 6 months later or something, Ultra Magnus showed up at my doorstep.
Right.
From him, you know what I mean? And then I was getting Transformers every once in a while from either that guy or Hasbro's department, whatever, So, but I only was on the list for Transformers. They weren't sending me anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
So, I think that's where you get on those lists where you see those people getting those PR boxes. Is someone at the booth,
Yeah.
Because I had my podcast and starting YouTube at that time, so they knew, when I was talking to them, he knew I had a channel that was starting, and I was interviewing them for the podcast, So
Yeah.
That's who they need to be sourcing from, not the.
All right.
They got
Okay.
an agenda.
I think we covered like our stuff, but before we go, let's do a couple of things. We're gonna do this. Who wants to play? Name it in 30 seconds.
America's favorite game.
Oh, always.
I mean,
I
I
don't
know
care. I'll subject myself to whatever kind of torture.
Okay, who wants to play? Dan or Dan? You want to play?
I'm in. Yeah.
Okay, Dan, do it.
Or
Do it,
not.
Dan.
Okay, name it in
I
30
think I
seconds.
played last time, so it's okay.
I think you did. Who wants to go first?
Dan, your choice.
I'll do it.
Okay, ready. All right, so I'm going to give you 30 seconds on the
The
clock.
first one is always the worst. You should
I'm
have
going
went
to
second.
start the time. I'm going to start the time after I read the question. Take your shot of vodka and name as many superhero secret identities as you can.
Ready? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
you were
we
supposed to
started.
start 5
Clark
seconds
Kent.
ago.
Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne, secret identities, right? Clark Kent, Bruce. So secret's got to be secret. Crap. Secret is the Flash secret. Barry Allen. Oliver. Does that count? Oliver, Green Arrow. Queen. Oliver Queen.
Time is up.
Dang it.
4. He got 4. He got
All right,
Queen.
give me 4. I'm surprised. Like, what happened to like Peter Parker, Tony
Yeah,
Stark?
Peter was secret for a long time.
Tony Stark's not a secret though. That's
Yeah,
Peter-
Tony Stark's not
Only
a
in the
secret.
movies, it's not a secret.
No, he was never a secret in the comics.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
secret identities means it's gotta be
originally in the comic books, Iron Man was his bodyguard.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it came out when he got drunk later on.
Yeah, but that was later.
You're
and
right.
Then,
You're right.
Then they
I
didn't
guess
know it was
initially.
Jim Rhodes for a while.
digging.
All right. And I think I might have spelled identities wrong. Anyways, Eric, you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
See,
Name
the
as
second one's
many
always
TV
better.
Name as many TV captains as you can.
Captain Kirk, Captain Picard. I don't know. That's weird. I'm naming Star Trek. I don't know anything Star Trek. Captain Kangaroo.
Holy. Wow, that's digging.
I'm counting it. It's 3.
That's awesome. That's all.
The captain in the Love Boat, or the captain in the
Oh, your time
Gilligan's
is up.
Island. Wasn't his name just the captain in Gilligan's Island?
Skipper.
Skip, he was a
Skipper, whatever.
Yeah, he
Okay.
was a skipper.
I don't know.
All right.
I mean, I give it to Captain Kangaroo. You.
Yeah, that was
My
good.
hats off to you for that one. I would.
I was expecting Captain Crunch after that.
Captain Neo. I don't think he was on TV though. Captain Planet. You got
Captain Planet. I should have known
Underpants.
that one.
Captain
Yeah.
Underpants. I like that one.
Yep.
All right. How about I would have Captain Stubing is the one from the Love Boat.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't a full name. It doesn't matter.
All right. All right. Okay. So 4-3, right? Is that what we got?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay, Dan, ready for your second one? Take a shot. All right. Name as many military-themed TV shows as you can.
There's only 2.
MASH. A-Team if it counts. They're ex-military, right?
Yeah.
Hogan's Heroes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So there was 3.
That's all I can think of.
That's it. That's all there was. Yeah.
There was a lot more. Airwolf. Does that count?
No, he's just a one ship.
Military.
Oh, your time is up, but we
Yeah.
got
Oh yeah, the GI
Ginger
Joe.
Rodriguez, Band of Brothers. You got
Oh.
Tour of Duty,
Oh.
China Beach,
The G.I. Joe, duh.
Jag. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's see, the Pacific.
Generation Kill. If you do like the Pacific and
Okay, I guess-
Jag, NCIS.
Oh yeah, I could have gone on CIS. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, is that really? I guess they're Navy, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
they're all
Yeah.
military. All right. So what do we get? 3 more? That's 7?
yeah.
All right, Eric, you need 4 to tie
Come on,
and
there.
5 to win. Are we ready?
Sure.
All right. Name as many detective-themed TV shows as you can.
Pushing Daisies. That's a big favorite. It is. Detective. Dick Tracy. Wasn't there a Dick Tracy?
There was a cartoon.
The cartoon, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Detective. I don't know, like all of the. Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't think this would be hard.
I know. I got like 10 of them. in my
Your
head.
time's up. I'm like thinking,
Dangling. Well done, Dan.
Columbo, Magnum PI, Simon.
Yeah, Law and Order. I mean, Law
Law-
and Order. I mean,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
all the NCIS could count for this too.
I don't watch it. Yeah, I don't watch any of that. kind of
Barnaby
stuff, yeah.
Jones, Inspector Gadget,
Yeah,
Inspector
Oh,
Gadget.
Inspector Gadget. I would.
Uh,
Kojak,
Oh,
Matlock.
Kojak. Yeah.
Batman.
Batman. That's right.
Can you
Yeah,
count?
Batman should.
Can you
Yeah.
count
fair
Murder
enough.
She Wrote? Is that it?
Yeah, Murder She Wrote. Yeah, all
Yeah.
those.
Hey John, how do you do
Columbo?
a thing like one of those boat races and grab people from the chat? How do you do that?
Say what?
Oh, I in the
The
duck
duck
race,
race.
you can't. You have to manually put them in. But if you
Oh,
have
Is there a
If you
different
have-
one?
if you have Nightbot, you can just tell Nightbot to grab everybody. You have to go to the Nightbot website. and
Uh-huh.
it's linked to your channel already, linked to your StreamYard. You can just tell Nightbot to grab everybody from the chat.
Okay, let's see. How do I do that?
There's a giveaway tab in the Nightbot website.
Okay, so is it active users or
Yeah, you could do active users. It should populate everybody.
what if
it
I do a
doesn't-
keyword? Should I do a keyword?
If it doesn't, you can do a keyword and ask everybody to put in that word.
Okay, let's see.
Like shirt or something.
How do I do a keyword? Do I type it in somehow?
Just type it in. Just type shirt, and if they type in shirt, we all you can do
Oh,
it.
okay. All right, let's see. Okay, everybody who wants to win take a chance at winning a am I showing it? Toy Duo Team t-shirt. Type in the word shirt. And then it looks like it's just going to run it itself, right? Or will it pull the names?
I think you got to pull. I think isn't there a button that says like draw name or something
It
like
says
that?
roll it.
Yeah, roll it. That'll be it. Yeah. So gaps in. You got one.
Oh,
there
okay.
you
I
go.
see where it's like putting everybody off to the side who's actually typing that in there.
Right. It's listing them now. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, how do I grab those names though?
You don't have to. I think it's making the list, and then when you hit roll it, it'll pick one off that list.
Oh, okay. So it's going to be a random. It'll
Yeah.
automatically do the random thing. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I'll give everybody a few minutes to like type in that shirt. Everybody who wants to, we'll give them. What do you think? Like 5 more seconds?
You should have 10 names right now.
Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like I got 8 for some reason. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's cap sensitive. I should have said all lowercase letters.
It doesn't seem to matter because most of them put capitals.
Oh, well, some people.
Hey, Beerless.
Okay.
Been a while, man.
Let's see. So do I have to like
It
Okay.
could be something with the
Okay, I got more people jumping in.
Is there like a members button or something like that? Because sometimes
Users. Oh, maybe I'll click user. No. Mods. I gotta click. Oh, you know what? Shoot. As soon as I clicked that, John, all the names went away.
It disappeared.
Yeah.
All right, I think everybody has to retype shirt.
Oh no, I got. Oh, I see. I was unselecting. I got everybody selected now. Okay, there. What did you see? Okay, so some people are doing poop.
Now, yeah, Dandy's causing problems.
All right. Anyways,
Jonathan says you got to get the hat and paper.
what?
You got to get a hat and paper.
Here you go, man.
Okay. All right. I get some pad and paper like the old-fashioned way, right? All right. Okay. If you're not in, you're not in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm just going to roll it at this point. Okay, ready? Here we go. Start. Oh, and it just pulls out one person?
Yeah.
All right. Do I got to show it? I should show it, right?
I guess so.
That's the fun.
All right.
Oh, it says in the chat, Nightbot, Eric Brown won the giveaway.
Yeah, that's what happened.
They gave it away, and the Nightbot put it in the chat.
You can roll
Eric.
it again.
All right. You sure you don't want it?
Yeah, you can roll it again.
Okay, roll it. All right, Jumpy McClung.
Jumpy just won.
Jumpy. All right, Jumpy.
He doesn't want a shirt. He just typed it because he's a lemming.
All right, just let me know where to send that thing, and I got an extra large and a large, and let me know which one of those two sizes works for you.
I'm a lemming.
What?
He says it because I just typed because I'm a lemming.
Say, storyteller.
All right. Okay. What do you guys got coming up this week? Eric's going to post his first video of the fake Luke Skywalker.
Yep.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. I need to watch that new Batman show on Prime.
Oh, that looks good, man. I saw the trailer. Yeah. I watched the trailer for it.
Oh, wait, what's this? Oh, the Penguin one?
No. That's on Max. This is animated. This is, I think, done with some of the same people from Batman the Animated Series, but I think it's produced by Matt Reeves and J.J. Abrams. Not that J.J. Abrams carries a lot of weight with me, but yeah. But yeah, it looks really good.
I guess I will have to check it out. It's on Prime?
Yeah. Batman, the Caped Crusader.
Yeah, it looks good. I was watching it, and it's very, very good. The style of the animation looks good. It's actually something I feel like I can watch. All right. Dan, you got anything?
Well, I think I'll be doing a concert.
Dun, dun, dun.
The world's smallest
violin.
I don't hear it. Oh, I heard it a little bit.
And that
I'm just
all right. John, what do you have coming up?
I think I have a Batmobile that I can do a video on.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Make sure you put the batteries in it.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
All right.
I need to just go hunt because I'm not convinced that the mine on back order will.
You should go look and see if it's already waiting for you in the store. Maybe
they don't have them in the handful of Targets nearest to me. I'd have to drive like a half hour to get.
That sounds like an adventure.
Yeah.
You should film it too, and then post it as your first video.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to do probably this week. I'm going to have some more of those Icon Studios Zujitsu fighters. So hopefully people will go check those out. But anyways,
do you want an exclusive announcement?
No.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you want to announce something?
If you don't want me to, you don't have to.
You can announce it.
So I'm going to be taking some time to spend a lot more on YouTube, and I'm going to be upping. So I'm going to go to a regular schedule for the toy ones, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Try to stick to it. And then I'm doing a once a week. I've just set up the new channel. It's a cooking channel. I'm going to do one about food and cooking and making simple food for simple people.
Like
I'm going to show you. Yeah, I'm going to show you how to make grilled cheese sandwiches, how to make scrambled eggs.
peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yep,
Yeah.
how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, how to make toast, how to
Nice.
all the simple food that people eat every day that they like. Because
John-
believe it or not, I've run into people who don't even know how to make a bowl of cereal.
Can you?
And I will tell you right now that there's someone in our community that does not know how to make a bowl of cereal.
Can I ask you? Can I ask you a favor?
Wait.
How do you know how much milk to put in it?
Milk first or cereal first?
Oh, cereal first. What are you, a monster?
Wait,
John,
what?
In your video, you're going to do both, though, right? To show you what the difference is.
Of
Right?
course.
If you put the milk in and then you try to put the cereal, it just floats on top of the milk.
You
But
don't
if
get
put
as much
cereal
cereal. Yeah.
you get this milk in. Please make your first video how to make a cup of noodles.
Oh yeah, there you go. Cup of noodles. No, I'm not
You pour
doing
the
any
hot
gourmet
water
crap. I'm
into
staying
the
away
cup.
from all gourmet, all complex food. Like it's just simple food that we eat every day. No. Because if you go look on a cooking channel, they teach you all these gourmet crap things that you got to have 500 ingredients for. Takes you a freaking. You have to be a master chef to even make it come
Okay,
close
John,
to what they have.
Are you gonna? Let me ask you a question. Are you gonna make a second YouTube channel for your cooking, or is it going on your super?
No,
awesome
no. It's a whole other channel.
So, it's a whole. Is it
A
called?
whole new channel.
Is it called Super Awesome Geek Diet?
No, it's called Super Awesome Food Show.
Oh, it's shown the Super Awesome Geek Gourmet.
No, the Super
John-
Awesome Food Show.
John, you got to tag. I'm not sure if you're aware of this guy, Chef's Reactions on social media, but he does a lot of videos reacting to like people making ridiculous things. That'll if you can get featured on one of his videos, you'll probably
You'll
blow
blow
up.
up, dude. You'll
Yeah.
blow up.
Yeah.
Well, the other curiosity is starting a channel fresh, and I had two options. The two biggest subjects on YouTube right now are mysteries like aliens and Bigfoot.
Yep, I
It's
want
number one. That's number one on YouTube right now. The number two biggest thing is cooking, food and cooking. And
Well-
my uncle was here a few weeks back, and I made breakfast one day while we all met up before to go out to do some stuff. And I made scrambled eggs and bacon. And him and his girlfriend were like, they started eating the eggs, and they went, I have never in my life had scrambled eggs this good. And my uncle travels all over the world for his job and goes to countless numbers of restaurants. And he was like, what the heck did you do? And I told him what I did. And he was like, I've never thought of adding that to scrambled eggs. Like, I had no idea.
And he's not saying what the secret ingredient is.
No, you got to
That's a
wait for the
surprise
video.
for the Super Awesome Geek Gourmet.
gotta wait for the
Drugs,
video,
lots of drugs.
And
Salt and pepper is the secret ingredient.
no, there's a different ingredient. And restaurants don't do this. And you
All
can
right.
tell because it's like when you go to a restaurant, it's all yellow. Your scrambled eggs will be straight yellow. There's no white to yellow mixture. And you got to
All right.
mix it right.
All right. And
So
on this-
actually, he said you should really do a channel showing how you make
100%,
this stuff.
dude. I'm 100%
Yeah.
behind you. And instead of a toy hunt, it's going to be a food hunt.
Yep, exactly. So,
We're at the grocery store. We got to find the super exclusive,
secret ingredient.
the super exclusive Star Wars cover Frosted Flakes.
Well, no, they're like Yoda on bags of grapes. And-
Yeah, there are. Yeah, there was
Like
Yoda
lettuce
wrapped around
heads and-
celery.
All right. We're
Celery
looking,
man had Star Wars
look-
on it.
we're looking forward to your regular guy food on the Super Awesome Geek Gourmet or whatever the channel is going to be called. What's it going to be called again?
The Super Awesome Food Show.
Okay.
And it's
Is it-
simple.
Did you
The
already
cooking-
create? Wait, did you already create the channel?
Yeah, it already exists actually. Yeah.
Do you want to share the link?
Yeah, put it in there, man.
It's youtube.com/Super Awesome Food Show.
Okay, there you go. All right.
Was that the only new channel, John?
Yeah, that I'm doing right
Okay.
now. Yeah.
And I'm thinking about doing a.
I
Ghost
actually
Hunter.
do have the name Super Awesome Science Show, but that channel does exist, but there's nothing on it. So
Oh, on the Super Awesome Science Show, we'll be talking about how we never went to the moon.
exactly. Yeah.
All right. Anyways, thank you guys for showing up. You come in every week and help host the show. I really appreciate you guys being here and hanging out for a couple hours on Saturday. It means a lot. And I want to
Episode
thank
75.
Hey, yeah, congratulations.
75, yeah. So I wanted to thank everyone in the chat also who comes in every week to watch the show and to comment along and to help the Toy Duo team, put on a show. Anyways, we'll catch you guys next week on the Toy Duo team when we come back live at noon.
3 o'clock
Yeah.
or 8 o'clock.
See you guys.
Bye bye.
Toys, 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 toys,
manly
toys, 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 toys.
And TVM